1.
Hello and welcome to our 2022 UNAA Regional Qualifier. This is the video for our adult course. If you do not know the rules for UNAA competitions, make sure you look those up on the UNAA website before you come in. In this video, we're just going to go over the course itself, which starts right here, essentially where I'm standing. We're going to start behind this white line right here, coming all the way up and across these obstacles here, across this huge powder, all the way up onto this pad right here. That is the first obstacle. From there, we're coming up onto this bar, only using the metal part of this bar. We're not using these base plates down on the sides. Coming all the way up and across onto our PVC pipe coming up here. If the pipe rolls out of the yellow, that is okay. That's just where our pipe resets to. But without touching the red, you're going to come all the way up and across and jump on over to these metal bars right here. You'll get your first point for this 2-point obstacle once you land on these bars with control. From here, you're going to come over onto our next PVC pipe. You must get both feet onto the pipe before you are allowed to move it. You're going to maneuver it through here without touching these red dots. The pipe must be in between these two lines right here before you can get off of it. And then once you get the pipe down there, you're just going to hop across this and across that white line, finishing all the way over here. From here, we're going to go up the warped wall. There are two different options. For the first point, you can go to that second cutout, the one with white tape. For the second point, you can go all the way up to the very top of the warped wall. You cannot use the other cutouts to climb up. You cannot use your feet inside any of the cutouts. To get to a cutout or the top, you have to run directly there and grab it. And if you make it to the top, pull yourself all the way up on top of the warped wall. From there, you're going to come over onto this platform up here. We'll get the camera moved up here. There we go. From here, you're going to come into the spider wall, coming down through here. To start up here, watch your head coming down into here. We have these lines inside the spider wall that you cannot go inside. You must stay outside of those lines, going all the way through. You get your first point once you touch this box right here. It's got a number 1 on it. That's the first point of this obstacle. But don't touch the ground yet. For the second point, we're going to go all the way up and touch that number 2 all the way up on the ceiling. From there, you can go ahead and drop. I would recommend, until this point, that you do not use any chalk. Using chalk on the spider wall will make the entire thing more slippery for everybody else. So don't use chalk until this point in the course, where we're going to be on the devil steps, starting on this bar right here, both hands with control. You're going to come all the way up. You cannot use any of these elements here on the wall or the windowsill or anything. Only using your hands, going all the way up. You may use the cliffhangers if you would like to. You do not have to. You're going to go all the way up and across, finishing with both hands on this final bar over here, at which point you can go ahead and drop. From there, we're coming into our ultimate cliffhanger. It's going to start up on this hold right here. You must show control on that hold with both hands before you move on. Coming up and across, we're not using the tops or the sides of the black boards. We're not using these orange holds on the back, only these front holds, coming all the way up and across to this hold right here. There is a piece of red tape right here. You cannot go further than that piece of tape. Instead, you're going to jump across over to this side and go all the way up. You'll get your first point for this obstacle once both hands are on that hold up there. From there, you're going to continue going all the way over and across. Down here, you're going to jump back across over to here and continue all the way up to that finish hold up there, marked with the white tape. From there, you're going to drop on down and come over to here. You can use these holds to get up if you would like to. You're also welcome to just jump up onto this bar. you're going to swing up and across. You'll get your first point for this obstacle once both hands are on this diagonal bar right here. From there, you're going to swing all the way over to this bar right here, and then continue through all the way past this line down here. If you land with a foot on the line, or if you fall backwards behind the line, that does not count. You must land with both feet past that line, coming forwards. From there, we're going to go back the other way. You're going to start up on this wagon wheel up here. You got to grab this one with both hands and swing on it before moving on. You'll get your first point once you catch this wheel over here with control. If you tap it and then come down, or if you slip off on the catch, that does not count. You must show control on this wheel right here for your first point. From there, you're going to continue onto the wing nuts, coming all the way up and across to this final one right here. You must have both hands with control on this wing nut right here. You can catch both hands on the same side or hands on opposite sides. So long as both hands are on this with control, you can go ahead and drop down. From there, we're coming up and across our two-handed obstacles. You're going to start behind this line on the ground. This tape is just to show you which obstacles you're using, coming all the way up and across. You cannot use the straps on the top. You must use the actual obstacles going up and across. You get your first point once you show control on this obstacle right here with the piece of tape underneath. Again, if you slip off or don't quite make the catch, that does not count for that point. You must show control on there to get that first point. From there, you're going to continue. If at any point you want to stop early, all you need to do to finish this obstacle is land beyond this line. If you would like to skip some of these final obstacles, you may. Just dismount past this white line. If you land on the line or behind it or fall back behind it, that will not count for that second point.
And watch your head. It is painful to hit your head on these obstacles.
Yes, thank you. From there, you're coming up onto our ring ascension, starting with both hands on this ring right here. Feet leave the ground before you move on, coming all the way up and across the ring. You'll get your first point once both hands are on that wooden ring all the way up at the top. From there, you're not going to drop down yet. You're going to come over to this yellow ring down here and continue going across these obstacles, finishing with both hands with control on this final ring over here. Once you have control on there, you will get your second point. You can go ahead and drop down and move right into our final obstacle, which is our comp wall boulder. You're going to start with both hands on these holes right here inside of the tape box. You can use whatever you want inside of the tape box to start. You just have to get both feet off of the ground and be in control on the wall before you can begin moving your hands. The yellow holes on the side are out. You cannot use those during this climb. You're going to climb all the way up and through. You'll get your first point for this obstacle once both hands are on this volume that's surrounded with white tape. You'll then continue through, getting your second point and completing the course once both hands are inside that tape box, holding on to that final climbing hold. That is the full course. Good luck.